Okay. Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandhari Giridhari Radha Vinod Bihari Radha Govindaju Radha Madhava Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Paramahansa Parajacharya Aspitara Satashri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Paramahansa
I was going to contact you just to find out.
Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Gurudev Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Aspitara Satashri Srimad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Aspitara Satashri Srimad Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Aspitara Satashri Srimad Gaur Govinda Maharaj Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Aspitara Satashri Srimad Bhakti Vai Bhakpuri Maharaj Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Aspitara Satashri Srimad
I have
Bhakti
one.
Pramod
Yeah, go ahead.
Maharaj Ki Dali Vishkom
No, I have one
Vishnupad
question
Aspitara Satashri Srimad Bhakti Rakshakshi
One of our
Maharaj Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Aspitara Satashri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Swami Maharaj Ki Dali Vishkom Vishnupad Paramahansa Parajacharya Aspitara Satashri Srimad Bhagavad Gita Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada
I'm wondering, because
Mahabhagavad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Bhakti Maharaj Ki
and so they would
Santa
need
Goswami
two separate rooms
Satchidananda
and
Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Gauriya Vedanta Acharya Srila Baladev Vibhushan Prabhu Ki Shirasika Acharya Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Srila Narottam Srila Sananda Prabhupada Ki Srila Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Srila Shri Sanatana Satarana Shri Gopalabhatadas Ravnasvat Goswami Prabhu Ki Shri Sukhamadar Harinanda Shri Kaura Harsha Binda Ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Sampradaya Charya Madhavacharya Ki Jai Chirupa Mahamahotsava Shri Madhavacharya Maharaj Ki Prem Shri Gaur Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaur Bhaktivinoda Shri Navadvip Maya Purnam Ki Ganga Devi Ki Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Krishna Devi Ki Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Shri Tulasi Mahasaya Vrindadev Ki Gokishwara Mahadev Ki Yuvrajtam Ki Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Sirasat Chakra Purushottam Gopinath Ki Narasimha Bhagavan Ki Bhattacharya Prahlad Maharaj Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Samagata Bhaktavinda Ki Kitai Gaura Premanande.
Yes, yeah. Or maybe a little later. Maybe, yeah, because so much time is needed for the guitar. So maybe two. Oh, sure. Okay, so you would like to do at 1. Yes, yes. No, not at all. No, this is a special day for fasting. Nityananda Prabhu would be very pleased. Yeah, no problem at all. Okay. No, 2 o'clock is perfectly good. Most days I'm not starting lunch till 2 o'clock, even when I get a class here. Like I'm doing, I was just starting class right now, actually. Yeah, yeah. So,
If she doesn't take, would you mind staying out of time?
yes, of course. So we can go from morning till evening non-stop. If you like some time, no problem. Yeah. Okay. Anything else that you wanted to inform me? I have you informed other devotees yet about the program? Okay.
Yeah, she, it's
okay,
it's not being advertised. And so she doesn't even need to rent it, but it would just be like.
Yeah, I know that, I know.
But she wants to make sure the person stays there.
Okay. Okay, good.
Might have.
Okay, well, thank you.
No, it's.
I will.
Need it. I was
Okay.
looking for.
Thank you so much.
But Ramsey doesn't take it because it's too far.
Okay, so that's Sukanta Prabhu. And he's informing me that there is a program on that day, Nityananda Trayodasi.
And how about Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj on Tuesday?
I didn't ask him about that at all. The main thing is this. Huh?
Well, come here then for that.
On Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is that, am I mixing things up? Yeah, we're talking about next week, so next
Yeah,
Tuesday
yeah.
is the Kadasi.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at the calendar now.
Tuesday beyond is Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. So we were gonna come early and go to Devananda, go to Mat, have darshan and just walk here for your class.
So on Tuesday, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Swami Maharaj's appearance. Oh, wait a minute. No. On Tuesday, Shri Keshava Bharati, his appearance there. Sannyas Guru Mahaprabhu. On Wednesday 21st is, that is Varaha Dwadashi. On Wednesday the 21st. I'm looking at the calendar Madhukar has.
Yes, and we have to, early in the morning, before the sun rises, we read the past.
Yeah, everybody generally does that individually.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, we just do that
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah. And then the 22nd, Thursday, is Nityananda Trayodasi. So that's the big event.
Yes.
That's the main event. And so we will be going there at the usual time, starting at around 9:30 in the morning. He was saying he doesn't want to keep the devotees fasting, the seniors. I said, don't worry about it. We were quite happy to go to, because he was saying that at 1 p.m. then we can complete everything, But I mean, to have enough time for Nitai Kata is the main thing. So, but I told him by 2 p.m.
Maybe just you can speak.
No, I can't just speak, and I'll tell you why. Because he just told me that Bhakti Vichar Vishnu Maharaj wants to come and speak for 5 or 10 minutes, but you know what that means, 5 or 10 minutes, okay? So he's kind of requested to stop in also. And then I just mentioned to him about Bhakti Swarup Sridhar Maharaj. Just let me check one.
Does he know?
Let me check.
Is he here? Or are they gonna?
No, he's coming. I'm just checking his dates. Because he said he can't accommodate him for 10 days. He's planning to be here for 10 days and do parikrama and everything. And I just asked him if they could accommodate him with 2 rooms and a kitchen. And he said yes. But he needs to know. Yes. Yeah. Well, but that's not settled yet. This is what we're trying to arrange. Where is that? Here it is, okay. Yadava Govinda Moris. So they want to come from the 17th of March until the 27th of March. All nights included. And the 28th they'll leave in the morning. So that's while everything's happening everywhere else.
At the same time.
I asked Sajjan Maharaj, he's been in touch with that devotee, but now I just directly spoke with Sukanta, and he said, yes, definitely. That'll be major, major. Because if Bhakti Swarup Sridhar Maharaj comes and stays there and he does, his own parikrama and stays there and also does Harikatha there, like he said, that ground level where we have the temple room, he said probably there's 2 rooms there that he can give for them. So they'll be right there, And to get his association for 10 straight days, that's major. And you're right over there in Mayapur, so you're a lucky, lucky dog. Yes, you are.
Gopadev needs to have a place right during those same
Can inquire about the same,
So why?
maybe at Bhaktivedanta Kunj.
Right.
He told me just now,
Yeah.
I said, what are the dates? And I couldn't quite remember, but he said by the 18th, whoever has booked, because there's a group of devotees that have booked, and he said that they'll be leaving by the 18th. So there should be a lot of availability during that time. Plus, then I asked him, just in case they were coming earlier, could you accommodate? He says, yes, for sure, probably that ground level they can arrange. So this seems to be a done deal now, And so now I have to inform of the happy news.
You're informing us separately.
Yeah, whoever he is, Yadava Govinda from Italy. And he's written to me, and, so he's asking about this.
Okay.
Yeah?
We can cover the rest of the calendar late, but I looked at the calendar, and it seemed it would be good if we can come like Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday is Narottam Das Thakur's disappearance day.
Mm-hmm.
And then wait until Tuesday to come to the Bhakti Kanakeshwar Maharaj.
Wait, let me look here on the calendar. So say what you just said again.
So, this next Tuesday is Ekadashi. We come Tuesday, and then Thursday we be there at Bhaktivedanta Kunj.
Yeah.
But then Saturday is Narottam Das Thakur's.
Wait, Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the appearance day, yeah.
So why could we come Saturday rather than Sunday? And then just wait until Tuesday to come for Srila Bhakti.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
And I'll inform the devotees.
Tuesday is, the Bhakti Pragyan Keshavar's 126th anniversary. 126th anniversary. And then Thursday is the big day of that same following week. With the 150th anniversary on Thursday, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, and also Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj's disappearance day.
So he'll obviously have a program there also at Bhaktivedanta Kunj on that day.
No, I'm looking at February right now, I'm not looking at March.
I meant February 29th.
Oh, for that?
Yeah.
I don't know, we have to talk about that.
Because remember what we did last time? After the program, we all walked over to the Samadhi of Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta and had a further program on his disappearance day. You led it, you gave us,
Okay. Yeah, but on that day, we can find out, because that's the big, big day of all the Gaudiya mutts, So we will possibly be going somewhere for that, and maybe at Bhaktivedanta Kunj. That will have to work out, But next week, Nityananda, that's set. And we just set for Saturday for Shri Narottam Das Thakur instead of Sunday.
I thought to stop Maharaj Sripad Godai Maharaj is organizing a big thing for Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He'll probably want Western sannyasis speaking.
Well, what have you heard about that? Is it here in Navadvip he's organizing? Yeah, I have no idea. I think he's in America at that time. I received a message from someone on his behalf that they're going to be doing this big thing in New York City, something like that, and would I kindly attend? Well, there's just one problem. I'm halfway around the world, and I ain't leaving India, so... So that's... So anyway, just to finalize, that's the second week. Next week is Nityananda Trayodasi. And we already figured out about the Tuesday class and about the Saturday class. Okay. Then the next week is Tuesday and Thursday are the big days. Okay, so we'll have to see where we're going to have class at that time. So now going into March, huh?
I don't think there's anything in the first week.
No, not really. Well, there's Ishwar Puripad on Thursday. That's after Gurpurnima.
Yeah.
And this is not after, this is before. And then there's Shivaratri on Saturday, and what is this, Ekadasi? Oh no, Ekadasi Paran. Oh, Shivaratri, and then the Paran on Sunday for Shivaratri. So, and then the next week from the 11th to the 17th. Okay, so that week on Monday, Jagannath Das, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's disappearance, Srila Visikhananda Prabhu disappearance, and Srila Bhakti Dvaita Madhava Swami Maharaj's disappearance on Monday the 11th. And then on Thursday of that week is Meena Sankranti and Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj appearance. And then Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj disappearance on the 16th Saturday of that week. And then Sripad, then that's our Bhaktivedanta Tirtha Maharaj on the Sunday, his appearance. So then that comes into the week, the big week, starting the 18th, Monday, until the 28th, Thursday. Those are the dates that Bhakti Swarup Sridhar Maharaj is supposed to be here.
And so you'll just do parikrama with him, or encourage everyone else to do so?
I'll have to discuss it with them, because, you know, they have a very, I mean, if he's going to do the whole physical walking the whole way, then I won't be able to. But I can meet him. So, but that's during the same time, because the parikrama sankalpa is on the 19th. For the big group, for our group here, is on the 19th, Tuesday the 19th. And if he's arriving on the 18th and then leaving on the morning of the 28th. Yeah, so they'll be doing full parikrama, and I'd love to go. And I'll see, you know, what's happening by then, what's my health condition, all of these factors. And yeah.
I know
So,
you probably like Western sannyasi also to help him speak and everything.
well, whenever I've gone on 2 tours on the West Coast with him. Were you there? Oh, you were probably down in LA then. Or in Badger. Did you see him in Badger? Not this last tour.
You know why? It's because I was in India.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was 2017, I think, and possibly 2018. Those 2 years, I went on a West Coast tour with him. Yeah, he always calls on some of us to speak, you know. But I always like to give him all the time. You know, I'm not going to be a speaker, when he's speaking, because the devotees have come to hear him, you know. So like that. There we go. All lined up. Auspicious things happening. Jai Shri, I'm just doing 2 minutes. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Radha Vinod Bihari Jiv Ki Jai. Shri Shri Lakshmi Varaha Deva Ki Jai. Jai Shri Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Nityalila Krishna Vishnupad Paramahansa Statarasata Shri Shila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalila Krishna Vishnupad Ashtatarasata Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalila Krishna Vishnupad Paramahansa Statarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sri Dara Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Prem Se Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Anta Dvip Mayapur Simanta Dvip Godram Dvip Madhya Dvip Kola Dvip Purita Dvip Jana Dvip Modram Dvip Pura Dvip Padmaka Shri Shri Navadvip Dhama Ki Jai. Jai Shri Purushottam Kshetra Dhama Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannatha Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Jiv Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Govardhan Dvarashavanatmaka Shri Braj Mandala Dhama Ki Jai. Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Yamuna Ganga Tulsi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Govinda Radha Gopinath Radha Madan Mohan Jiv Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Radha Shyama Sundar Radha Raman Radha Damodar Jiv Ki Jai. Shrimati Lalita Vishaka Adi Ashta Sakhi Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Manjari Radhi Manjari Adi Manjari Vrinda Ki Jai. Shrimati Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shrimati Purnamasi Yogamai Devi Ki Jai. Shri Gopishwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Sarva Bhishta Pradata Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Grantaraj Shri Chaitanya Charitamritam Ki Jai. Grantaraj Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashana Shrina Shringa Dev Ki Jai. Bhakta Prabhu Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Charadam Charu Sampradaya Charu Acharya Ki Jai. Akara Matraj Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai. Orandanya Shakamatsa Muha Ki Jai. Shri Vishva Vaishnavarad Sabha Ki Jai. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Takes two. You have to have two of these, yeah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bol. Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavajanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Trise Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suje Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satchavachai Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat Pranams, my Shraddha Pushpanjali, at the lotus feet of my most worshipable, beloved Gurudev Nitya Lila, Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Astatarasata Sri Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Then I'm offering my same unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable, beloved Siksha Gurudevs, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj and Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I offer my unlimited Dandavat Pranams at the lotus feet of all of my Sri Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga, and I offer my Dandavat Pranams to all of the Vaishnavas and all the Vaishnavis. Rag Vartma Chandrika. Continuing. Which is quite long, is Chandrika Chakora Vritti purport. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's his own commentary and translation on text 11. So actually we've read this. Where he was referring to the first verse that was quoted from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of the 3 verses, and those three shlokas pertaining to the path of Raganuga, sadhana bhakti. And then there was a discussion about remembrance, smaranam, Krishna smaranam, because in that verse, then the phrase, Krishna smaran janam chasya, preshtam nija samihitam, tat kata ratas chaso, kuryad vasam vraje sada. So, we can review a little bit, because it's so nectar. So you'll probably remember that he's explaining that this Krishna Smaran, remembering Sri Krishna, this indicates that the limb of Smaranam, or the limb of remembrance, is prominent in the path of Raganuga. And what is the reason for that? Because Rag is a function of the mind. So remembering Krishna, Rag, in the path we have Raganuga. Rag is a function of the mind. And Preshtam, it means most beloved. It indicates Sri Krishna, who is the beloved Lord of Vrindavan, who enjoys pastimes in a form corresponding to one's desire. And the words Janam Chasya refer to Sri Krishna's nearest and dearest, and who are they? So to answer this question, then Rupa Goswami has added another adjective, Nija Samihitam. Janam Chasya Nija Samihitam. That means, it indicates that those associates who possess the mood, those associates who possess the mood for which one is aspiring. Like Vrindavaneshwari Srimati Radhika, like Lalita, Vishaka, Rupa Manjari, and so on. So the practicing devotees who eagerly hanker for the brilliantly lustrous, pure mood of sweet paramour love, Ujjvala Bhav, they possess an extraordinarily profound determination or nishtha for the Ujjvala Bhav of Sri Krishna's associates. This is referring to the practicing devotees, not perfected. They are hankering for this brilliantly lustrous, pure mood of sweet paramour love, Ujjvala Bhav. That's us, hopefully. That's us. But those practicing devotees, who are actually somewhat accomplished, they possess an extraordinarily profound determination or nishtha for the Ujjval Bhav of Sri Krishna's associates. That's who they have the nishtha in, Sri Krishna's associates, for their bhav. Very important to understand this. So that means who? Sri Radha, and also the other Vraj maidens. And this nishtha that they have in their bhavs is greater than their nishtha for the desired object, namely Sri Krishna himself. So the nishtha that they have in the bhavs of those associates who are in Ujjvala Prem Ras Bhav, so hence, such devotees deeply hanker for this mood of his associates. Now, Kuryad Vasam Vraje Sada. It means always residing in Braj. Kuryad Vasa. Vasa means to reside. Brajvas. What does it mean? It means that one should always reside in Braj. And the implication is that if this is physically impossible, then one should dwell there mentally. However, the next verse quoted from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu clearly explains that the sadhak should take up residence in Braj physically. Seva sadhaka rupena, siddha rupena chatrahi, tadbhava lipsana karya, brajaloka anusarata. Vrajaloka Anusarata. So, sadhaka rupena in that verse. Sadhaka rupena indicates the present gross body of the practicing devotee, and siddha rupena refers to what? The internally contemplated body that is suitable for the direct service of Krishna. So tadbhava lipsuna, that means, tadbhava lipsuna means being eager to attain the sweet paramur love that is enjoyed by the beloved Sri Krishna, and which is ever present in one's favorite Vrajavasis, namely Krishna's darling Srimati Radhika and other gopis. One should earnestly serve them with love. So how is the service to be performed? By collecting all the required paraphernalia, by mind or by body, one should engage in loving service to them. And in what mood is this service to be executed? The answer is Vrajaloka Anusarata, by emulating the service attitude of the Vrajavasis. Vrajaloka Anusarata. Anusar means to emulate the service attitude of the Vrajavasis. So that is, in his physical body, the practicing devotee should follow the example of Sri Rupa Goswami and other like-minded Vrajavasis. And in his perfected spiritual body, which is called the Siddha Deha, he should perform service, adopting the method of Sri Rupa Manjari and the other maidservants of Vraj. Now here, another definition of Vrajaloka Anusarata, that same term, Vrajaloka Anusarata, that you should emulate the service and the moods and the bhavs of the eternal Vrajaloka, all the associates. So here, another definition of Vrajaloka Anusarata is given. One should understand this phrase to refer to those who have established their relationship with Brajendra Nandan Sri Krishna due to performing sadhana in their previous lives. Examples of this are Chandrakanti and other Sakis. The famous sages of Dandarkaranya, another example, as described in Padma Purana and the Shrutis. And also the Shrutis personified, as mentioned in the Brihad Vamana Purana. One should follow these Vrajavasis. That is, by observing their practices, one should render service as they do. Now, in this way, the first two verses quoted from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu describe the subject matters of Smaran and of Brajavas, residence in Braj. And the third verse discusses hearing and other limbs of sadhana. So, Shravanot Kirtanadini, that's the beginning of the third verse. Shravanot Kirtanadini means one should follow Shravan, hearing, Kirtan, chanting, and other limbs of bhakti, meaning all the 64 limbs, beginning with accepting shelter at the lotus feet of a spiritual master. Apart from this practice of hearing, chanting, and so on, which is aimed at emulating the mood of the Brajavasis, no other sadhana is capable of bestowing the desired fruit. I'm reading that sentence again. Apart from this practice of hearing, chanting, and so on, no other sadhana is capable of bestowing the desired fruit. So to emphasize this point, the word manishibi is used here. This means intelligent persons. Manishibi means intelligent persons. They will use their power of discrimination to follow the limbs of bhakti that are favorable to their mood. I'm reading that again. To emphasize this point, The word Manishibi is used here. This means that intelligent persons will use their power of discrimination to follow the limbs of bhakti that are favorable to their mood. It is essential to avoid following anything unfavorable. It is essential. Avoid following anything unfavorable, or that unfavorable, or that which can hinder the appearance of bhav, which are the first rays of the sun of divine love. So now Gurudev comments on this verse, text 11. And Gurudev also refers that in text 10, the author, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he quoted 3 verses from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in regard to Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. So these 3 verses, let's test now. What's the first verse? Yes. Krishna Smaran Janam Chasya Preshtam Nija Samihitam Tat Tat Kata Ratas Chaso Kuryat Vasam Vrajay Sada. Second verse. Seva. Seva Sadhaka Rupena Siddha Rupena Chatrahi Tadbhava Lipsuna Karya Vrajaloka Anusarata. And the third verse, which we just heard Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explain, Shravanot Kirtanadini Vaidha Bhaktya Uditani Tu Yan Yangani Chatanyatra Vigyayani Manishibi. We just heard the meaning of the word Manishibi means very intelligent. So, I'm just repeating what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said in explanation of these 3, because these 3 verses should be emblazoned in our memory banks. This is it. This is Rupa Goswami's 3 verses. How to do Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. There are many, many other topics and verses, but this is the 3 definition verses. And telling us exactly what we need to do and not do. So, the first verse, Krishna Smaran Janam Chasya, is I'm just reading the short summary of this so that we can put it here. The purport of this verse is that while remembering Sri Krishna and his beloved associates, who one desires to follow, and being fully absorbed in narrations of their pastimes, then one should always reside in Braja. If this is not physically possible, then one should reside there mentally. Now comes the second verse, Seva Sadhaka Rupena Siddha Rupena Chatri. The meaning of the second verse is that on this path of Raganuga Bhakti, the sadhaka, being enchanted by the specific intense loving sentiment for Sri Krishna of any of his beloved associates of Braj, should serve him in 2 ways. 1, in the sadhaka roop, his present physical body, he should follow the practices executed by the Raga Anuga devotees, that is, the 6 Goswamis and subsequent preceptors. And the second way that he must follow is in the Siddha roop, the internally contemplated spiritual body, suitable for directly carrying out the longed-for loving service to Krishna. He should emulate the moods of Krishna's dearmost Ragatmika associates. And then the third verse, the meaning of the third verse is that scholars who are conversant with the principles of bhakti, they advise that the limbs of bhakti, such as hearing and chanting and so on, which are practiced in Vaidhi Bhakti according to one's qualification, they should also be observed in Raganuga Bhakti in keeping with one's ability. So, that third verse is necessary because there's a lot of Why did Rupa Goswami write that third verse? Because, and I've also seen Gurudev in Volgograd up on the stage explaining the third verse. Why? Because there were so many devotees who were thinking, oh, we're Raganugas now. All we need to do is just hear Rasikatha. And he completely crushed that misconception. So what to do is in the first two verses, in terms of what are the internal moods of Raganuga sadhakas and Raganuga bhakti. But externally, with the sadhaka group, one has to do hearing and chanting. The process is not changing. Did we see that the 6 Goswamis chanted continually, non-stop? Yes? How do we know? In the Sad Goswami Astakam, what's the verse? So this is describing the 6 Goswamis externally and internally. What are they doing externally? Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Natibi. They are doing a fixed number of Gana Nama Gana Natibi, means chanting the holy names, doing kirtan. Natibi also means doing obeisances, dandavat pranams, like this. Kala vasani krito. That means that they did everything in a scheduled way. Kala vasani krito. Kala means time. So they were doing this timely, every day. And they had a certain amount of practice that they were doing. Nidrahara vihara kadi vijito chatyanta dino chayo. Nidra ahara vihara. So eating, sleeping, recreation. Vijito, they conquered over. And what was their mood during this time? Atyanta dina chayo. Atyanta dina chayo means very humble. They had the atyanta din means extremely fallen, feeling themselves to be very fallen. Radha Krishna Gunasmriter Madhurima Nandena Sammohito. Sammohito means they were enchanted day and night. Radha Krishna Gunasmriter. With what? They were remembering the transcendental qualities of Radha and Krishna. Madhurima Nandena Sammohito. They were absorbed in very intense ecstatic moods, non-stop, continually. So we know that if someone is truly on the pathway of Raga Nuga Sadhana Bhakti, you will see them chanting, you will see them doing Dandavat Pranams, you will see them doing Kirtan. They're not avoiding this. But as Prakrita Sahajiyas, this is why Rupa Goswami wrote this, because they misinterpret and they think, oh, we are above that. Oh, our only mood is internal. You see, no. So now Srila Gurudev is telling that those 3 verses were quoted from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in regard to Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Now these 3 verses, they are often cited in general terms for the sadhakas who have greed for other rasas also. These 3 verses can be applied also to Raganuga sadhakas who are aspiring to for Dasya Bhav, or Sakya Bhav, or Vatsalya, or Madhurya Ras. However, one should understand that in this book, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained the meaning of these verses for Kam Anuga sadhakas, especially for those who are following Tat Tat Bhav Ichamayi. What's Tat Tat Bhav Ichamayi? Again, everyone say Tat Tat Bhav Tat Tat Bhav Ichamai. So, what's the meaning of Tat Tat Bhav Ichamai? There's two different moods here, Kamanuga sadhakas. Kamanuga is the mood of Parakya Ras, of all of Krishna's eternal gopis in Goloka Vrindavan. And for the specific amongst those who are attracted, the Tat Tat Bhav Ichamai, it means that they have this itcha, this desire, deep, deep desire to do what? Tat Tat Bhav. Whose Bhav? Srimati Radhika's Bhav. Srimati Radhika's Bhav when she meets with Krishna. What are her activities? What are her moods? Everything. The Manjaris are the personalities who have this particular special mood. No one else has this mood. Only the maidservants, the Manjaris, have this mood. They prefer to serve Srimati Radhika more than they prefer to serve Krishna. And their moods are completely linked with Srimati Radhika's moods, 24 hours. And what Srimati Radhika experiences and manifests in her own transcendental beautiful form, different symptoms manifest. Guess what? They manifest on the bodies of the Manjaris also, because of this mood. Tat Tat Bhav Ichamai. So Gurudev is being very specific to point out that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, these verses of this book are specifically being written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur for those who are Kamanuga sadhakas, especially for those who are following Tat Tat Bhav Ichamai. So Gurudev is explaining that even though Shri Krishna is the object of our desires, yes, he is the object of our desires, Krishna, but the underlying idea is that we recognize him as what? As Srimati Radhika's dearest beloved, her sweetheart. And in that mood, we see him as Sri Radhakanta. Not that we independently consider him our Nayak or our own lover. The Manjaris, they regard Krishna as the very life heir of Srimati Radhika, who is their Swamini, and to whom they are totally surrendered. So Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, who is the topmost follower of Srila Rupa Goswami, of those who are Rupanugas, so Raghunath Das Goswami declares in his Manasiksha, Mad Isha Natatve Vrajavipina Chandra. Always remember Vrindavan Chandra Shri Krishna as the life and the soul of my Swamini, Shri Radhika. That's in the Manasiksha, verse 9. So the Banjaris are remembering Krishna in relation to his, how Srimati Radhika feels about Krishna. They don't feel separate. The moods that their Swamini has and the sense of possessiveness that they have, their mamata, lies completely within Srimati Radhika. And at the same time, because Krishna is the very life heir of Srimati Radhika, so Krishna is also very, very dear to the Manjaris because of that. Now, although the words Janam Chasya in the first verse quoted from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, although those words Janam Chasya indicate Vrindavaneshwari Srimati Radhika and also others, but we should understand that they specifically refer to Sri Rupa Manjari, Sri Ratin Manjari, and other Manjaris. So Janam Chasya from the first verse of those three. Krishna Smaram Janam Chasya. So here Srila Gurudev is pointing out that we should understand who are those jana? Who are those persons? This is specifically referring to Srimati Radhika and others, but we should understand that even specifically, more specifically, they refer to Sri Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, and the other Manjaris. So, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami writes in his Vilap Kushamanjali, verse 16, Padab Jayo Tavavina Varadasya Meva Nanyat Kadapi Samaye Kila Devi Jache Sakyayate Mama Namostu Namostu Nityam Dasyayate Mama Rasostu Rasostu Satyam. So this verse, all-time classic verse of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's moods that he's conveying to Srimati Radhika in terms of his relationship with her. He says to her, O Goddess, O Devi, I have no desire other than for the topmost attainment of loving service to your lotus feet. Loving service. Hadab Jayo Tavavina Varadasya Neva. I want only Dasya. To who? Padab Jayos Tava. To your lotus feet, Srimati Radhika. So, I have no other desire. Nanyat Kadapi Samaye Kila Devi Jache. I have no other desire than this. Then he says, the mood of Sakya to you, that some of the Sakhis have, oh, I offer my obeisances eternally to that mood. Like who? The Ashtasakis and others. They have a mood of friendship mixed in so much. So he's saying, Mama Namostu Namostu Nityam, to that Sakyaya mood, I continually offer my obeisances again and again and again. But Dasyayate Mama Rasostu Rasostu Satyam. I want Dasyam to your lotus feet. This is the ultimate. This I tell to be the truth. Satyam. This is my avowed declaration that I forever offer obeisances to the position of being your Sakhi, but may I relish being your maidservant. Then the famous verse from Vrajavilas Stava, Tambular Panapadama Janapayodana Bisara Dibi Vrindaranya Maheshwari Priyataya Yasto Shayanti Priya Prana Preshta Saki Kulada Pikila Sankochita Bhumika Keli Bhumishurupa Manjari Mukas Tadasika Samshraye. What's the translation of this verse? We read it the other day. What's being said here? Who is it referring to in this verse? Rupa Manjari and Srimati Radhika. And what is Rupa Manjari doing? Tambularpana, giving tambul, pada mardana, massaging her lotus feet, payo dana. Payodana means different drinks to her. Abhisaradibi. Abhisaradibi means beginning with arranging their meeting. This is the beginning. Adibi means beginning with that. And then there are hundreds and thousands of other services that are performed. But he says that Vrindaranya Maheshwari Priyataya Yastoshayanti Priya. So, by offering her betel nuts, by massaging her feet, by bringing her water and arranging for her secret meetings with Sri Krishna, Abhisar, that means secret meetings. And also by performing varieties of other loving services, Many gopi attendants constantly please Srimati Radhika, who is the queen of Vraja's forest. Now, in their rendering of loving service to the divine couple, they are free from any of the hesitation or the shyness that is found in the Pran-Preshta Sakhis, namely Lalita, Vishaka, and so on. So I take shelter of these personal maidservants of Srimati Radhika, headed by Rupa Manjari. Keli Bhumishu Rupa Manjari Mukas. That means Rupa Manjari Mukas means the head of all the other manjaris. Tadasika Samshray, I take shelter of service to their lotus feet. So, what do the manjaris, what mood do they not have? The manjaris. What mood is not present in them that is present in the other Sakhis?
Desire for personal interaction with Krishna for their service.
No hesitation or shyness.
Krishna.
No hesitation or shyness.
Yes. The other Sakhis are hesitant. In what? They cannot go into the kunja. At what time? When Radha and Krishna are engaged in their most intimate, in the middle of the night pastimes, they cannot go into the kunja. Why? They are shy and they are hesitant to go. Why? What is the reason why they cannot go? Are the manjaris hesitant?
The manjaris would think to have a relationship directly with Krishna, but as Sakhis, they have friendship with both.
Yeah, but why are they hesitant to go into the kunja?
Because there's some,
Huh?
because there's intimacy, sambhog with Radha and Gopi.
But why can't they be there during that intimacy? You should know the reason.
Feel shy themselves.
Huh? They feel shyness, yes. But why? Why do they feel shyness and hesitancy?
Because these other Sakhis, they have some idea, the Sambodhichamaya, the idea that I'm like a Yuteshwari. And rather, because Yuteshwari, so some kind of rivalry may be there.
No, that's wrong.
But they sometimes have a relationship with Krishna also, that would be.
Yeah, but you're not getting this point. I'm gonna answer it now. Radha and Krishna have certain relationship with those Sakhis, the Asta Sakhis and so on, Pran-Preshta Sakhis, like this. And they're also the same age as Srimati Radhika. They're a little older. So they have a very important function, obviously, in all the pastimes. But if they were to enter the kunja in the middle of the meeting of Radha and Krishna in the most intimate moments, what would happen? Radha and Krishna immediately would become shy. They would become completely aware that they have come to visit, and it would interrupt that pastime completely. It would not take place, cannot take place in their presence. But who can be there? The manjaris can be there. Why? Because they're very young. They're a little younger. And their mood is what we've been discussing here. They are exactly like the extension of the limbs of Srimati Radhika. Radhika does not feel any difference. Just like if you're looking at a mirror of yourself, of yourself naked in a mirror, okay? Srimati Radhika does not feel any kind of inconvenience by their presence. On the contrary, they come in only to do very intimate seva in those moments. But what are they also doing? They're observing from outside. And what are they doing? Take a look at the Seva Kunj painting of Shamrani Didi, directed by Gurudev. If you carefully look at the background, you're going to see little pairs of eyes peeping through. They are constantly with Srimati Radhika and Krishna. They know exactly when to be there. They know exactly when to be on the outside. And this is their function. But it is not the function of the Ashtasakis. They have different function. Now, there's a mundane example. I'm almost hesitant to use it, but Gurudev himself used this as an example. He says the president of a country, like America, he lives in his palatial palace or whatever. And no one can gain access to the inner quarters. No one is allowed to go there at all. To the inner quarters, where the bedroom is there, and the bathing room, and all of that. But who is allowed access to there? Quite unimportant individuals in terms of like political importance. They're the maidservant, they're the maids who clean. They clean the room. And Gurudev said, they may be in the room at the same time when the president himself is coming out of the shower with a towel wrapped around him. Because he knows them. He knows who they are. And sometime the maid or the maids who he already knows, they may bring along with them a new maid. And those maids, you know, when the president comes out, he'll say the names of the maids. Oh, hello. Yes, Mr. President, how are you today? How are you today? Oh, you have a new maid with you? And then they introduce, while he's standing there in a towel, they introduce the president of the most powerful country in the world, or it used to be anyway. They introduce him to, to the president, and the president shakes her hand. Pleased to meet you. So Gurudev gave this as an example. Tiny little jivas like us, who are infinitesimal, yet we are part and parcel of Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give to the jivas the greatest gift that can ever and ever has been given and ever will be given. No one can give this except him, because he's Radha and Krishna combined. And he's the greatest giver. Namo Mahavadanyaya. So what Krishna Prem is he giving? What Krishna Prem is he giving? He is giving the Krishna Prem that is unattainable, even by the demigods. Brahma, Shiva, and so many. It's unattainable, but yet it's being made available to the ordinary jivas of this middle planetary system. It's being made available. Let me finish my explanation. Just wait, Maharaj. It's being made available. So this mood of Palyadasi Bhav, it is the highest position that any jiva can attain. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj also explains this. He explains the different positions. But the jiva can attain service under the guidance of Rupa Manjari, the head of all the manjaris, direct service to the divine couple, under Rupa Manjari. And that is why the song Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, Se Mor Sampada. That is why that song is the ultimate song. Because it is telling what will ultimately be attained and who Rupa Manjari is, and how everything that we're doing in our spiritual life is ultimately resting in the lotus feet of Rupa Manjari. Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, Se Mor Sampada, Se Mor Jivaner Jivan. The very life of my life. So this we should understand, we should comprehend, because this is the main focused topic of this section of Ragvartma Chandrika, is the mood of becoming a maidservant of Srimati Radhika, and what that entails. So that's why these two verses have been quoted, showing the aspiration of Raghunath Das Goswami. How Raghunath Das Goswami, who is the Prayojan Tattva Acharya, what is his aspiration? So, the sum and substance of this is that, Gurudev is telling, it is far more desirable to have the mood of the Tat Tat Bhav Itchamayi Sakhis than to have the mood of Sambhog Itchamayi. The meaning of Kuryat Vasam Braje Sada, namely that one should reside in Braj, the meaning is that the Raganuga sadhakas should engage in devotional practices in the places, in the very places. They should do their devotional practices in the very places that stimulate their cherished moods. Such places where the secret pastimes of Sri Sri Radha Krishna Jugal were performed. They include Sri Radha Kund, Surya Kund, Govardhan, Vrindavan, including Seva Kunj, Niduvan, Vamshivat, and including Nandagaon, the kingdom of Nanda Maharaj, and especially Pavan Sarovara, Terkadamba, Uddhav Kyari, Sanket, and Yavat. So Srila Jiva Goswami has written in his purport to this verse, Ataraganu Gadaya Paripatim Aha Krishnam, etc. Meaning, if possible, here's Jiva Goswami's comment, that if possible, a Raganuga sadhak should reside physically in Braj, if possible. That is, in the places near the home of Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan and in other pastime places. And if this is not possible, then one should dwell there mentally. Now these pastime places, they are transcendental holy places, which quickly deliver perfection. Did you hear that? These pastime places are transcendental holy places which quickly deliver perfection in one's devotional practices. Does that apply also to here, Navadip Dham? Absolutely. So by their causeless mercy, the flow of pastimes pertaining to each place, it easily begins to reflect in the heart of a sincere, honest sadhak, without any effort on his part. I'm reading this sentence again. Pay close attention. These pastime places are transcendental holy places, which quickly deliver perfection in one's devotional practices. And by their causeless mercy, whose? These pastime places, causeless mercy, the flow of pastimes pertaining to each place easily begins to reflect in the heart of a sincere, honest sadhak. And how? Without any effort on his part. They begin to reflect. very easily. Now in the Brahmanda Purana, it is said, Paranandamayi Siddhir Mathura Sparsha Matrata. Just by the mere touch of Mathura, Brajabhumi, by the mere touch. This is the quote from Brahmanda Purana. We're going 15 more minutes and then we'll finish. So just by the mere touch of Mathura, Brajabhumi, one attains the perfection of supreme bliss. It's told there in the Brahmanda Purana. Just by the mere touch of Mathura or Brajabhumi, one attains the perfection of supreme bliss. One cannot expect to understand, we should know this, that we cannot expect to understand the inconceivable supernatural potency of these places with one's material intelligence. Repeat after me. One cannot expect to understand the inconceivable supernatural potency of these places with one's material intelligence. Cannot conceive. But this supernatural potency of these places, and this where we're sitting right now, it is beyond our material intelligence. Far beyond. But unfortunately, neophyte devotees begin to estimate these tracts of land and water and this and that, like they do look at a material place. That's all discussed in the Navadvip Mahatmya. I'm going to begin my own personal study of that in about another week, soon. I'm going to begin, because every year I read that little book. Such a glorification of Sri Navadvip Dham. So, Srila Sanatana Goswami states in Brihad Bhagavatamritam that the topmost devotee, Sri Narada, he prayed to Sri Krishna, who is the crown jewel of enjoyers, the Rasika Shiromani. He prayed to him in the same manner. This is stated in the Brihad Bhagavatamritam, that Narada Muni prayed to Sri Krishna in the same manner. So the Dham definitely showers its mercy upon one who takes exclusive shelter there, because it is Krishna's Swarup. It is his very form. And here's the verse that is quoted from the Brihad Bhagavatamritam of Sanatana Goswami. Tadvai tasya priya krida vana bhumau sadaraha nivasams tanayad evam sampadyeta chirad dhruvam. O Gopakumara, if you aspire for the servitorship of the cowherd boys and girls of Braja in divine love, then you should always live in Krishna's beloved playground, Krida Bhumi, and perform sadhana bhakti there. In this manner, without a doubt, you will very quickly obtain the perfection of that extraordinarily rare praying. So now, Gurudev is quoting the 8th verse of Upadeshamrita. Srila Rupa Goswami summarizes the essence of all teachings regarding living in Braj with nishta, with resolute determination. You can all say this verse with me. Tannamarupi charitadi sukirtananu smrityo kramena rasana manasi niyojya tishtan braje tadanuragi jananugami kalam nayeda kilam iti upadesha saram. Repeat after me. by withdrawing the tongue and the mind from all sense objects that have no connection with Krishna. One should, while living in Sri Braj Mandala, utilize one's full time by sequentially engaging them in meticulously chanting and remembering Sri Krishna's names, form, qualities, and pastimes, and by following the moods of Sri Krishna's eternal companions, who possess inherent spontaneous love for him. This is the essence of all instruction. So Srila Raghunath Das Goswami exhibits the utmost unwavering determination and heartfelt attachment for living in Braj, where in his Sri Prarthanamrita first verse, he says, Sri Rupa Rati Manjaryor Angri Sevaika Grinnuna Asankhena Pi Janusha Vraje Vasos Tume Nisham. With the sole aspiration alive in my heart to attain the service of the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Rati Manjaris, in however many births that I may take, may my vow to live in Braj forever be fulfilled. This is Raghunath Das Goswami's own prayer from his Prarthanamrita. And then from a different prayer, Prarthanashraya. Now he says, Vasato Girivara Kunje Lapata Shri Radhike Nukrishneti Dhyayato Vraja Dadikaram Nata Sadame Dinani Gachantu. O my Lord. These are all quotes about living in Braj and doing sadhana in Braj. He says, O my Lord, let me spend the rest of my days as a permanent resident in the groves of Govardhan, calling out, Alas, Radha, alas, Krishna, and drinking the yogurt and buttermilk of Braj. Is that a good way to spend our last days, you think? Yeah? Calling out, alas, Radha, alas, Krishna, in the groves of Govardhan, and then drinking yogurt and buttermilk in Braj. Let me spend all of the rest of my days as a permanent residence. Now in the following verse from the Swaniyama Dashakam, you know what that is? Swaniyama Dashakam? It's 10 verses that Raghunath Das Goswami wrote. His Swaniyama means his own rules and regulations that he imposed upon himself. 10 verses. This is from the second verse. So in the following verse, Raghunath Das Goswami, displaying his deep faith and his affection for Vrindavan Dham, he makes a steadfast vow to live in Braja. Here's his vow. Nachanyatra kshetre harithanusanate pi sujanad rasasvadam premna dadadapi vasame kshanam api samam tvetad gramya valibirabitanvan abhikatam vidasya samvasa brajabhuvana eva pratibhavam. He says, even if in some other holy place the deity of Sri Krishna is present, and the fortunate opportunity is available to relish with great love the narrations in connection with the Lord that are flowing from the mouths of elevated devotees. I have no desire to live in such a place, even for a moment. I prefer to live in the land of Braja, in the association of the villagers, engaged in chatting casually there. I will live in Braj birth after birth. That's his niyama. So for whatever reason, Gurudev is telling us that for whatever reason, if it is not possible for a sadhak if it is not possible for a sadhak to actually take up residence in Braj, then he should dwell there mentally. Now, in the first of the 3 verses quoted from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami has personally given the order to make one's abode in Braj and to perform sadhana. Kuryad Vasam Vraje Sada. Say these words. Kuryad Vasam Vraje Sada. Kuryad Vasam. Kuryad Vasam Vraje Sada. Kuryad Vasam Vraje Sada. So that's the words that Rupa Goswami has told. He's given the order that one should make one's abode in Braja and perform sadhana. Now the phrase sadhaka rupena in the second verse quoted from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it means that one should perform sadhana in the present physical body, just as Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatan, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami and others, how they carried out their bhajan. And then in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 19, which is the chapter of Rupa Siksha, before the Rupa Siksha begins, there's a description there in that chapter where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that sometimes Vaishnavas from Bengal, they go to Vrindavan. And when they return back from Vrindavan, then the various devotees inquire from them, oh, did you see Rupa Goswami? Did you see Sanatana Goswami? How are they living? What are their activities? What are their moods? Please share this with us. So this is a quotation now. Gurudev is citing from Madhya Lila 19, 127 through 131. So here's the 5 verses, 5 shlokas. Aniketa dunhe vane yata vrikshagana eka eka vriksher tala tale eka eka ratri shayana. So I won't read those 5 Bengali verses. Here's the translation from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mahaprabhu's associates would inquire about the welfare of Sri Rupa and Sanatana Goswami from any devotee returning from a pilgrimage to Sri Vrindavan. These pilgrims would reply, here's what they would tell. Oh, they have not even bothered to construct a simple hut, and instead they pass each night under a different tree of Vraj. They are all chickpeas, dry fried, and sometimes fasting. They carry clay pots for drinking water, and they wear tattered cloth and torn quilts. Almost 24 hours daily, they are engaged in hearing and chanting, performing Harinam Sankirtan, and dancing in great jubilation, being fully immersed in ecstatic moods. They sleep for only an hour and a half at night, and sometimes, being engrossed in bhajan, they do not sleep at all. Sometimes they compose sacred texts on bhakti, and sometimes they hear about the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they become deeply submerged in thought of him. Hearing this, all the devotees would begin to cry. So Srila Srinivasacharya, in his Sad Goswami Ashtakam, he has also described the firm resolve of the 6 Goswamis in executing sadhan bhajan, which is the verse that we just heard. Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Nati. So Srinivasacharya has very clearly explained. I'm reading the translation to this verse, Gurudev's translation. Fulfilling their vow to complete. In this way, they utilize their valuable lives, and they conquered over sleeping, eating, always seeing themselves as completely worthless. They became enchanted in divine rapture by remembering Sri Radha Krishna's sweet qualities. So we will stop there.